Oh, what's up, No Way affiliate? What's up? Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yep. So, yeah, that's kind of what we're doing now. So, we're moving back to 2-a-days. So, I've got my program that I'm doing. I'm not gonna go over all the details of my program, but it's a good program. Well, it's pretty simple. My body adapts pretty fast to training when I impose certain parameters, such as the split that I use to train, the movements that I choose, the food, and then most importantly, doing the cardio away from the weights. I'm telling you guys, don't do cleaning up after dinner, about to put kiddos to bed. Good. Well, good. So, we just got measured. We're 232 pounds, and we are 15% body fat. So, we're currently about 15% body fat, right? So, nothing crazy. But this is where we're at. We're gonna get down to 10% naturally, all right? So, again, nothing crazy, but you can see waist is getting tighter, shoulders are staying wider, and yeah, nothing crazy. But a lot of my training now is going to be for getting leaner. So trying to get more, what I'm trying to do is get that fitness model look. I want to I'm giving up a little bit of strength to get leaner. And I know that sounds crazy for a lot of you guys, but I came from a strongman background where I hurt my back. So I've already done a lot of heavy lifting. So moving forward, what makes me happy in my training is to get leaner and continue to try to stay fit and lean. And that's why we're going to get down to 10% body fat. So even though I'm a licensed insurance agent and I've done a lot of sales in the past, I really like teaching you guys about health and wellness, because health and wellness is something that's really fascinating to me. How food goes into the body, how it affects how you look, and I find that really fun. I really like teaching you guys how food and nutrition directly affect how you look and how you feel. And as I get down to 10% body fat, again, the whole goal is to get to 10%. That is the goal. The athletic event is to train in everything that you do around your life. Because once you get below 15, getting to 15% wasn't too bad. I've lost 80 pounds. I went from 300 down. But to get below 15%, you have to start paying attention to a couple little details. And again, I'm not exactly a bodybuilder. If anything, you could call me kind of like a sculptor, maybe. I sculpt my body more than just build it. I like to be strong, but I have injuries that don't allow me to train as hard as I used to. So I love to train, so I had to find a method of training that allowed me to progress, build muscle, and not make my body hurt. Got bit by a tick when I was younger, Rocky spotted mountain fever. So I have kind of like an autoimmune thing where certain things I eat react in my body. And throughout the years, it's been pretty interesting just putting together the pieces between the training and the diet. Putting all those pieces together is really fun. And 2-a-days is where it's at. Guys, this is going to be very controversial to some people, but I don't think supersets are really good. I think supersets can be good if you're in a hurry. However, supersets are very dangerous, because when you go from one exercise to another, you're not given your full effort to that one muscle. So to me, focus on like a push-pull leg. And you can train however you want. But if you want a portion of your body to grow, you need to put some tension on it and learn how to create mechanical tension, neuro drive, and learn how to squeeze the muscles that you're trying to get to activate, right? Like when you do your rows, right? The ability to do this versus this, right? Thank you for your service, Meritus OG. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thumbs up for the service veterans and the police. We're on the way to 10% body fat. So, guys, I'm going to teach you a trick, right? That works really well for me. It helped me lose 80 pounds. And I'm currently at 15.5% body fat at 235 pounds. And we're going to get to 10%. Okay. Straight sets are better than supersets, in my opinion. And doing cardio in a separate session from your weights. If you go in and you're always supersetting and going, I don't know, it works. But I think if you focus more time on quality over quantity for sets, rest longer, put everything into less sets, get in and out of the gym, eat good, hydrate, and then put the cardio to burn calories. Let the cardio and the deficit burn the calories. Don't try to go lift the weights to burn calories. Lift the weight to maintain either strength, and it doesn't have to be strength. It could also be maintaining control. Just feeling a heavier weight as you're in a deficit allows you to maintain more muscle in a calorie deficit. You know what I'm saying? So remember, if you eat a bunch of carbs, you can train with volume. You can do more repetitions with the carbohydrates, and you can eat more, you can train more. That's great. But just because you can train more doesn't mean you should, right? If you're going to train more frequent, like twice a day, split up your sessions between 4 to 6 hours. Get up early, train, eat, relax, go train, and have like a mobility session, have a hypertrophy session, have a conditioning session. You can have a skill-based session. You can do skills, like if you're doing martial arts, boxing, you may spar all day, but that is a skill. Weights, lifting weights and contracting your muscles is also a skill. The ability to contract properly. So taking lighter weight and contracting, or taking heavier weight and contracting, both of them are going to elicit, each technique will elicit a separate response. And at the end of the day, you can just say, get stronger and eat. That's true. But in order to get your body to change how it looks, there's a recipe between the cardio, the food choices, the sleep. All of it fits in together, right? So, anybody that's in the chat, again, we've been going for about 34 minutes. I trained at noon, so 6 hours later I'm doing my cardio. I like to separate my weights and my cardio. I would rather go walk outside with a weighted vest, or come in here. I'm on like a 15 degrees incline, right? And I'll walk forwards. I got this TV on. I'll walk forwards. I'll walk backwards. And what I'm doing is I'm walking forwards, walking backwards. And when I walk backwards, you see I'm on an incline, right? Hopefully I don't fall. But on this, when I walk backwards, I'll bend forward. What I'm doing is I'm working on my work capacity. All this movement is really good for your body, especially, I'll show you guys, right through here. You see this is an incline, right? 15 degrees incline. I find that people, as a trainer, if you get people to kind of put it on an incline and you get people to walk backwards, right? Walking backwards burns more calories because, and you have to get people to go slow, like 1.5 to 2, but just the act of people walking backwards on a treadmill forces them to engage their glutes and their hamstrings more. So I know it's silly to some people, right? But I'll even put it down to like 1.5, really slow. And I'll get in a crouch position like this. Is this my personal gym? No. I train people at this gym. Right, I am a personal trainer here. But no, I have a key. I have a key here 24/7, so I come in here and because I have access 24/7 to this gym and I know the owner, I do videos in here on Sundays. But I'm on a 15 degrees incline. If you have someone who has issues with their lower back, have them crouch down and have them stay in this position, push and squeeze their butt, and have them walk through like this. Have them come up, they have shoulder injuries. I do corrective exercises for a lot of my clients, right? Yeah, it's nice. I do a lot of corrective exercises for my clients, and I can tell you firsthand, I'm telling you guys, if any of you guys are trainers and you do corrective exercises, bastards. If any of you are personal trainers like me, I also sell life insurance. I have a life insurance license, but I hate life insurance, dude. Anyways, guys, if you are someone who wants to lose body fat, okay, I'm going to show you a movement. Not just lose body fat, you got to stay focused. If you're someone who's training people with corrective exercises and they have lower back issues and you need an exercise from a physical therapy, this is corrective exercises, ISSA certified. It's like $1,300 worth of certificates between nutrition and Navy paid for all these. But let me just get down to it. Okay, like, comment, and share because I'm going to give you the goods. Okay, you have someone who has SI joint pain, areas in their lower body, get the treadmill, put it on an incline. Put the treadmill on an incline, okay? Now, 1.5 miles an hour, have them lean forward, hold on to this, and just stay low. See, what this does is, this is gonna stretch out the shoulders. So everybody's always like this. So it's gonna stretch out the shoulders, it's gonna pull it back, and by walking backwards, if you squeeze your heels and keep everything, you can stay crouched, and you can literally feel what they call nerve flossing. Nerve flossing is when you lift your leg. If you have sciatica and that nerve is being hit, you do nerve flossing to lift that nerve up and off of a pressure point to get it to independently not touch. You're doing nerve flossing at the same time. It's a corrective exercise, it burns calories, and it does nerve flossing. So for me, getting someone to bend down, stay low in a crouched position, you're working on ankle mobility, you're working on thoracic extension, all these good things. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Anyone who just came into the chat, okay, we're on the road to 10% body fat. So I am a exercise science enthusiast, ISSA certified. I've got nutrition certs, all this stuff, all these good certs. Was a Navy ACFL, so wrote programs as a collateral duty and trained people as a personal trainer when I was active duty. To tell you the truth, since I was about 20 years old, I've always been training somebody, whether it's as a baseball and basketball player, trained for sports and athleticism, got injured, bulked up to 300. Now I'm working on staying lean and fit, trying to get that fitness model look, right? We're almost 40 years old, guys. It gets harder to train when you get older, but I figured out some secrets to help you out. I'm also thinking about starting a community, guys. The community I want to start, I'm going to teach you guys common sense ways to get leaner, build muscle, stay lean. I've got a community I'm working on building on YouTube. I've got a community online, and hopefully by the end of the year, I can have my app and website up. So you guys, if you want me to train you, you just go download my app, put it in the calendar, and then you get Coach Chris to personally train you from anywhere in the world. Yeah, Navy veteran with 20 years experience. That's pretty cool. Never said I had the best build. Never said I was the best athlete. But I tell you what, this is what I tell people. Tiger Woods has a golf coach. Michael Jordan has a basketball coach. You know what? Ronnie Coleman had a personal trainer. If you're getting into health and wellness and you're looking for someone with knowledge who will share with you the ins and outs, drug-free, do that. And for the record, I'm not against people who want to use drugs. That's their choice. But what we're doing on this side is we keeping it natural, we're keeping it lean, we're using nutrition, and we're using science. And the latest science in nutrition has come a long way. The last 5-10 years, you know, a lot of these guys who use peptides and steroids and all this stuff. I'm not hating on them, but many of them do not understand nutrition as well as they think. They cut their calories too low and they have to use drugs in order to supplement their lack of knowledge. Now, I work out in a gym with NPC competitors. Lots of them compete. I train with those guys. Love to train with them. But we have different training styles. We have different training goals. Work out together. Create a culture where everyone is pursuing a goal together. And start doing your cardio, man. I cannot tell you guys enough. This is my favorite form of cardio. This is my second session today, in case you guys are wondering, because I'm on the road to 10% body fat. So what I'm doing is, I got a 15 degrees incline. What I'm doing is I'm doing side steps, right? So I'll do side steps like this I'll do these side steps, right? I'll walk forwards, I'll walk backwards. When I do my side steps, everything that I do has to do with abduction, adduction, stability, because all those little muscles, because I'm just trying to get leaner, once you get leaner, all those little muscles are gonna pop with separation and detail. Now, if you just wanna be strong, that's a different way to train. But if you have anybody who has like SI problems, SI joint problems, right? And you get them to get on one of these treadmills and you go side to side and then backwards, you get them where they hold down and do this. This is a great routine. It's gonna burn calories. You're moving in different directions. So you're going front, back, side, left, right. You're doing rotational, all that good stuff. All those movements are gonna make you more athletic. No matter what your training is, really good bodies typically look their best when they have a basic control of calisthenics into their body. Guys, I gotta check a text message right quick. I'll be right back. So, you got drive, that's the entire battle. Well, I don't know if I have a drive or not, but I'm goal-oriented. I'm goal-oriented. So, I have walked backwards, forwards, and sides for like an hour or two. Now, you don't have to do this, but for me, I'm trying to get to 10% body fat. So a lot of my extra time, it goes to more walking, more cardio. And now I'm gonna go home, eat, okay? And I'll wake up in the morning and I'll come straight back to the gym. And I'm doing more frequency because the frequency keeps metabolism going, all right? So, yeah, this is it right here. It's a pretty good spot, man. Right through here. Yeah, shout out to Inferno Fitness down here. So, yeah, with the shoes on in the cup, we're like 234. So, right around 230. Yeah, well, I lost 85 pounds and I eat carbs every day, but I measure them. Yeah. I got recipes on YouTube, yeah. Look, we're gonna get to 10% body fat if it kills us, dude. It's just a goal I've dedicated to it. I'm getting weaker, getting to 10% body fat. I'm getting abs and lines are coming in. But every time I do this, I get weaker. So pick your poison. If you wanna stay strong or you wanna get leaner, there are different goals. There are different training programs. There's different styles. But this is kind of where the posing room is. They have good lighting in here. I'm not pumped up right now, so I'm definitely not gonna expose myself. But I've got pictures on my profile. So right through here, you can see the biggest thing is just staying in that deficit and letting the deficit ride out. So you can see, like through here, nothing crazy, but like from the side, you can see how my legs have lost size, but because I'm going for that fitness model look, my legs and back were always my best body parts. So I'm focusing in moving forward is staying wide, right? You can see like from the side, wide. See how we have the shoulders, right? Like from the side right through here. Good back. So the main thing is just staying lean, because it's hard to stay lean. Because I thought that getting lean I wouldn't have to lose as much weight, but I had to lose like 80 pounds to get down to 15% body fat. And now I want to get down to 10% body fat, and I'm staying natural using my carbs, my proteins, my fats, keeping my calories, cardio, and I'm putting a lot of time in it. But the getting to 10% is a little trickier because I've already lost so much weight, right? So losing the 80 pounds, my body's still got to readjust to that. But once it readjusts, then I'll have a set point, and then we'll remeasure the food. And yeah, it's kind of what it's all about, is just keeping the cardio and keeping the weights, right? So earlier, like literally 6 hours ago, we were in here chaining press, right? So my glycogen's a little bit depleted and I'm a little bit weak, but that's part of the cutting. Now we go. See, right now I want to lift weights. I really do, but it's not the time for it. It's not the time for it. The reason it's not the time to lift weights is I already lifted weights earlier, right? And lifting weights and cardio has to be balanced. So this session right here, right? And now we're gonna do one more thing. One of the things I do like to do is if I decide I wanna do a little extra cardio, I spend 30 to 45 minutes on each machine. And God dang it. All right, there we go. Road to 10% body fat. Now we're on the bicycle. Now, why the bicycle? I love the bicycle. And you should love the bicycle too. Now, why should you love the bicycle? Output. So, maybe if I go over here and I put this up, trying to find a way to put my stand up to where I can talk to you guys and not be terrible. Let's see. All right. So let us set this up. All right. Got the bicycle. The problem is I don't have a spot to put my phone, which is, I guess it's okay. I guess I don't have to have my phone on at the best angle, but I wanted to kind of like have you guys on here. There we go. Anyways, if you want to lose weight and you want to lose 80 pounds or more, I've lost 80. There's tricks to it, man. You got a certified ISSA, former ACFL in the Navy, literally right here in a room. And I sell training programs, right? Message me on Instagram if you are looking for a coach. If you're not looking for a coach, no big deal. But if you are, message me on Instagram. I will get you leaner and you'll feel better. That is my specialty, health and wellness as a coach. It's what I study. It's kind of what I've dedicated a lot of my life to. Especially after I moved back out here. Love teaching people how to stay in shape, health and wellness, move your body. Okay, why the bicycle? Okay, there's a reason to get you into the bicycle. Okay, why the bicycle? Very simply put, lift the bicycle. Okay, you got to think, we've already done an hour and a half of cardio. We did movement, we stretched, really low heart rate, we got warm, we did the stepper, we did some mobility work, and then 4 to 6 hours ago, I was doing a press. What's up, notification system? We're on the road to 10%. So what I like to tell people is when you're riding the bicycle, okay, you see how this has levels, 55, the wattage, you see the wattage there? See how that wattage goes up? Remember me, I'm Glader. What's up, Glader? That's good. You want me to remember you, Glader? I'll do my best. But what you want to do is for the bike, you see this wattage? The wattage you want to go up. So right now, you see how I pump it? You see how the wattage gets up to like 300 or 280? What you want to do is if you want to get leaner, walk on the treadmill to get warm, but you need to find a way to have your body increase its output capacity. Your body's ability to create output, and you need to measure it. So right through here, we have the wattage. So if I want to get my wattage up, you see how my wattage is going up now? And a good bike rider will keep a lot of wattage up. But you see us like 240, 250, 240, 250, right? If you want to get in shape, you either A, do long, steady bouts of lower intensity, but then you sprinkle in high wattage bursts. That, in addition to steady pace cardio, caloric deficit with the right low processed carbs, that is how I was able to lose 80 pounds and maintain 15% body fat. And I can tell you, I learned a lot. You don't have to starve yourself. If you increase your output on the bicycle, you can get very good legs without having to lift weights. At the end of the day, your output, I'm trying to keep right here. I'm trying to stay above 150 to 200 watts. And if I can keep 150 to 200 watts, and I can keep that going, and I can sustain that amount of wattage output, that is me calculating how many calories I'm burning. So essentially, I do remember you, notification system. So essentially, to get leaner, if you want to look better, get leaner, right? Eat carbs and use those carbs as energy to do more full body cardiovascular movement, and then sprinkle in the weight training in separate sections. Now, a lot of people don't like it when I tell them this, but one of the biggest mistakes as a trainer that I see is people try to do cardio and weights at the same time. It can be done. It's not the worst idea, but cardios and weights are different energy systems. You want to get stronger? Doesn't seem like I'm doing a lot, but what I'm doing is I'm squeezing my core, squeezing my glutes, and I'm keeping my body pushing at 150 watts. So it's only 72 RPMs, but the more you get on this bike and get used to running, moving your body as a whole unit, moving your body in addition, see, you have static strength, you also have kinetic strength. So if you just get strong statically, you'll get big, but then you'll lose some circulation. So make sure you include some kinetic strength movements like cycling, right? High wattage, like you should be able to get the wattage. Like for me, if I crank this up on the wattage, I should be able to take this wattage, be able to take that, crank it up to 200. See how I'm putting the output? See how I get over 300 watts? The ability for my body to be able to generate that much energy in itself is a form of measurement, progressive overload. So for your legs, yeah, lifting heavy is good, but bike riding is going to give your legs more detail. And for me, I'm trying to get 10% body fat. So being aerobically fit is more important than just being big when it comes to looking better, guys. You may not believe me when I tell you this, but you will look better if you get leaner. And if you don't believe so, you may just have body dysmorphia, like everybody does in the gym. Remember, the better, nice try, Matt Jackson. Matt Jackson, welcome back. My favorite, I think right now, my most consistent spam hater, Matt Jackson. Good one, Matt. Thanks for staying creative. Welcome back. Shout out to Matt, always coming into chats. Aerobically fit. Here we go. So we're gonna burn some of this fat. Illy. Back at you, love back at you, Matt. So again, pretty simple. You want to get to 10% body fat? That's what I'm going for. We're at 15% right now. Age, sex, location. Oh boy. Age 178, sex, all of them, and location, nowhere yet everywhere. I live in the quantum. That's why there's thousands of videos on me throughout the internet. Literally got thousands of videos of me floating on the internet. Believe it or not. So I live in the quantum, 167, and all of them. All right. Whoo. So we're doing our cardio, right? Earlier we did our strength training. We're gonna go to bed. We're gonna go home, eat. Probably gonna eat some rice and turkey sausage, maybe a couple eggs. Then we're gonna go to sleep. When I get home, I'm gonna do a live. I'm waiting for one of my business partners really quick. Waiting for one of my business partners. She is in San Diego. I'm in the East Coast. And I thought we were gonna go live and have a conversation. By the way, guys, I'm thinking about doing a challenge for any of you who enjoy my fitness content and learning how to speak and stuff. If any of you wanna go live and to me, right? All you have to do is be a moderator. If I make you a moderator and you're coming into my chat and you follow me on YouTube, we can do a collab. We could do a collab where I call you, we do a screen share like this, face to face, and we just talk on a live stream. I am not against doing that for qualified individuals, but only if you're serious about, if you're serious about losing body fat, getting in shape, then do it. Right? Keeping it natural, optimizing your health, learning how food makes you feel better. Again, road to 10% body fat. You know, you guys think I'm silly. I was 300 pounds at one point. I'm gonna get to 10% body fat. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do it live. So you ain't gonna have no excuse why you can't get it done. Anyways, again, not about, if you wanna get leaner, burn more calories. And when you eat the food that you eat, put good nutrition back in, right? All the stuff. So, and again, we lifted the weights earlier. We took a break. We went on a walk, took a break, doing the cardio, taking a break. Gonna go home, eat. take a break. All the food's there. Take a break. And then we're going to go to the sauna. Sweat again. It's a full, non-stop push, 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 push. It's not easy, but it can be done. Right? It can be done. It can be done. Guys, shout out if you're in the chat. Road to 10% body fat. So then 10 minutes there. And again, this is our second session day. Guys, interesting stuff too. Studies show a fan. See how we're getting leaner right there? Automatically, you see that? I'm not lean, but you see that? I mean, you gotta remember, I wasn't lean at all. So I was 300 pounds. So the vascularity is definitely coming in, but the vascularity is there because of the food. It's the choice of carbohydrates, fruits, and veggies that have allowed me to get to 15%. But to get it to 10%, no hormones, staying good. Because I'm a personal trainer, I have access to a gym. So that makes it easier. But pursuing this in general is it's kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of tough to get to 10%. All right, so back over here. Whew. I don't even know how I'm looking right now. So 1 mile an hour, back to 10%. I do find that when I'm trying to get leaner, for whatever reason, I like staying covered up. I don't know if that's right or not. I don't know if that's good. I kind of like staying covered up. I feel like it insulates heat and keeps circulation. Now, here's an interesting thing. Let's say I want to get leaner but hold on to my muscle. I'm on an incline now. A lot of people say, well, just start jogging on an incline. Yeah, you can do that. You can start jogging on an incline, but here's the thing. Are you training to be a better jogger on the incline? Or are you training to be able to hold more muscle and cardiovascularly be fit and to train your body? Because, you know, staying like this and jogging up a hill, that's great for athleticism, but is that really going to elicit a good response as far as how your body's going to look? No. It's going to be a better response is to find a spot. People are going to say, don't hold on when you walk. Well, I like to lean forward and I stay on an incline. I like to lean forward and push. My legs, for someone who can't really train them because of my injuries, I've maintained some decent leg size for someone who can't squat or deadlift because I have a cracked SI joint. And I was able to do that from tension. See, I'm on this treadmill going slow, right? But I'm literally sticking my feet, arching my back, and pushing through the ground, right? At the end of the day, you can say whatever you want, but aerobically fit, explosively fit, calisthenics, strength training, hypertrophy, all of these are different tools on your tool belt. And as someone who wants to get to 10% body fat, I can tell you a lot of it's what you eat. A lot of it's your cardio. A lot of it's consistency. And it kind of sucks. You feel like doo-doo when your carbs get down too low. But then you readjust and you do good. And it just kind of works. The biggest thing, again, going from 300 pounds, losing 80 pounds, right? Just got measured today again. I just got measured and taped. It's 15%, 15.5% body fat. All right, just for what it's worth. All right, a little bit of leg there. See how the separation just slowly coming in now, just a little bit. All right, and then from the side, Not huge, but I'm going for a fitness model look. I want to be lean and athletic, right? I want that tight waist, wide shoulders, a little bit of leg in there, and trying to stay lean and aesthetic. So, you know, I have a decent structure, wide shoulders, and I've got some height. Don't have the best muscle bellies though, so because I don't have the longest, fullest muscle bellies, even when I was 300 pounds, I've just decided to get lean again. Lean is where it's at. You train hard, you stay lean, you look good 24/7. You don't have to eat quite as much food, and it's more about volume. But staying lean and fit in its own way, staying light and fit in its own way, is almost just as tough as staying bulky. Because when you're bulking, you have to eat all the time, and when you're getting lean, you really have to keep your body moving, so it's got that certain look. So. And then you can overstress the body. You don't want to overstress the body. Overstressing the body is terrible. Do not overstress the body. So think about more frequent trips to the gym, but not as long. Yeah. So now it is time to go to the sauna. So sauna time. So now it is sauna time. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, shenanigans. That's not good. It's always fucking something. My Gatorade powder just fell over my bag. Anyways, no big deal. Yeah, it's always funny and interesting to me. I always see the big, large. Well, everybody's got different, but I don't know. It makes more sense to be stronger. ASFA, 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 Maitland, yeah, ASFA. Yeah. ASFA is strong. I had ISSA back in the day. My ISSAs are like really expensive though compared to these other certs. And I don't even know if they're worth it personally. Anyways, this is shitty. My Gatorade just fell all over my bag, which is shitty. I guess I gotta clean the bag out. It's always something, man. Always something. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Always something. Yeah. Road to 2% body fat is by this. I have a thing of Gatorade that just exploded in my in my gym bag, which is really gay. So Jordan Mason was 8 rushing yards tonight, being attended to by the training staff. Yeah. So that's lame. See all that? All that is in my bag. shitty when you think about it. There we go.
Smith is in there. You saw Mason was shaken up before we left you. He did trot to the sideline, so he did get up and leave the field under his own strength. It's down to 7 minutes to go on to it. Tom Harvey, James Bates, Lindsey Rowley, our outstanding ACC football players through with you from Atlanta, Georgia. And Bobby Dodd Stadium. A lot of history and tradition here. Jeff Sims writing his own history in this first season as the quarterback. Yellow Jackets on 3rd and 7. 6'3", 250, the freshman from Jacksonville, Florida.
Yo, what's up, guys? Let me know. I had a bag of Gatorade powder like explode in my bag, which is gay. So I guess that sucked. So now I've got to wipe down everything and stick it back in the damn bag. Always something, dude. It's always something. Whenever you start working hard for something, it's always something. Always. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird how life works. It's like anytime you dedicate to put yourself on a path, it's weird how those dedicated decisions have a transient effect on the rest of your reality. You know what I mean? Anyways, boom, 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 boom. That's there. Have some grips. Got some toys in here, some Versa grips. Versa grips are great. I really don't use them that much anymore. Don't power lift really. But they are useful. Sometimes if you're feeling good, they're good to have. But the most important thing in your gym bag is really a pen and paper. Make sure whatever you did, make sure whatever you're doing, you just get better at. Whatever you're doing, just get better at. You get better at what you're doing, or progress in what you're doing. Right. If you make constant progressions, your body will be showing that it's adapting. So that's not bad. But then after your body's adapting, it's more than just your body's adapting. It's also the food that you put in to help you recover. So it's stimulus. All right. It is the stimulus that you give the body. In addition to the stimulus that you give it, it's also the food that you give it to recover. Both of those. Both of those. We had to clean out our whole bag.
Here's what we got remaining for Georgia Tech. At NC State, which wanted the dome against Syracuse today. Then that's a Thursday game, December 10th against Pitt, which lost to Clemson.
Well, it's time for that next phase, guys. Thanks everybody who tuned in. We are now going to get into the sauna. Road to 10% body fat is shitty. not really shitty. It's tough though, but we have lost 80 pounds. And yeah, essentially, I don't think anybody wants me to. This is the sauna in here. So yeah, we're getting there, guys. Road to 10%, man. Road to 10%. We're staying in there. Waist is staying good. We're keeping it even. So stay tuned, health and wellness coach. I'm going to get in the sauna, second session, weights, cardio, sauna, clean diet, rinse and repeat, and we'll be here earlier in the morning. Let me knock out my sauna. If you guys want to do a Q&A later, let me know. I'm going to come on live later and do a health and wellness Q&A when I cook in the kitchen when I get back home. Peace.